gentlemen, how are you doing? Welcome to Patch Day, the video game podcast where we talk about video game news, rumors, discussions, and it's video games. What more do you want in this podcast? My name is Cavo, and AJ is not here this week. AJ is at a funeral today, so he will not be able to attend. His family and him are in our thoughts, so keep in your thoughts, and we will have him back next week. So, I've not come unprepared. I have someone who's filling in. You may have seen him in the chat room during the episodes when we do our live podcast recordings. But he's also one of the members of the 1% Goblin Guild on Wormrest Accord. He's also one of the main tanks in that guild. And you may see him on the podcast Stratosphere at some point in the future. His name is Riggs. Good evening, sir.
Hey, how you doing?
Welcome.
Sorry that AJ couldn't be here, but I'm glad I could help out.
Oh yeah, thank you for being here and thank you for filling in on such short notice. It's greatly appreciated.
Problem.
So, I did that. So how's your day been going?
It's been a busy day, but it's finally wrapping up and finally get to relax. So hopefully we'll have some fun.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun doing this. I don't know how long we're gonna run, but I can tell you it's gonna make sure I don't run to the point where I have a Canadian knocking at my door. So for those who don't know, my friend Shia is moving. She started the journey to move down here to Tennessee for college on Thursday, I think is when she started. Wednesday or Thursday, one of the days. It was the 4th, Thursday. And she's now in the actual state, and I am slightly panicking. So yeah, it's gonna be.
Well, like I said, it'll be fine, man. It'll be fine.
It'll be all good. It's all Gucci. All right. So it'll be fine. All right. But so how we do this? We start off by asking you, sir, what have you been playing this week in the world of gaming?
Well, I just got back from Los Angeles, so it's kind of been a rough transition back into my gaming, but I finally got back into World of Warcraft. We started raiding again this week.
Yes.
And so I've been main tanking that raid, and it was good to see that we're kind of right on pace of where we left off. It was real quick getting back to those bosses and getting through them. And in my spare time, I've been doing my competitive Overwatch placement, which I finally finished last night and was very upset about because the last 2 games there was a cheater, and he kind of ruined my rating a little bit.
Is he aimbotting?
Aimbotting, and he had his ult like every 45 seconds. I mean, me and the entire team were like, how is this even possible? He was shooting through walls. I mean, it was ridiculous.
Just hackers.
So yeah, it's the first time I've ever run into a cheater. I hated it, and he cost me my silver ranking. I was only a few points away from it.
Oh, so you get bronze. So what was the number you hit?
It was like, I think it was 18 short of 1500 or something, and I think that would have put me in silver if I remember right.
Damn cheaters and aimbotters.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure if that guy wasn't there, I would have made silver.
Rest assured, though, at some point he'll get banned at some point.
Well, we all reported him. Hopefully, other people who run into him will do the same.
Yeah, wasn't one tricking too, was he?
I didn't see that. Again, just the aimbotting. Again, I've never seen the one where they had the ults. He had his ults every time we spawned. It was weird.
Yeah. So going back to WoW for a minute, so you guys ended up on the past Immortal, which is the guy who's at the exhaust pipe, who basically is where we're fighting him. And that you beat him, and then you got to the guy with all the purple balls flying around, right?
Yeah. We got past the bridge boss, which is where we got to the last time, and before we took our winter break, we took one shot at the next boss, and it didn't really go well. Everybody was kind of tired by that point.
I want to say I was there for that.
I think you were. I'm pretty sure you were there for that. Like we went a bunch of bosses that we had never done before, and then we got to that guy, and we're like, screw this. Seems like a lot of mechanics, and we're too tired.
So if you have purple balls, guys, please see your doctor. That's not a good thing.
Yeah.
Unless you're a night elf. If you're a night elf, you're supposed to have purple balls. So, yeah.
This time, though, we took a crack at him a few times. I think we tried 4 or 5 pulls on him. Mm-hmm. It seemed like we were just really lacking the DPS for the ads, the 2 big ads that spawn with them. But other than that, I think we'll be all right. We're hoping next week we'll have more of the regulars getting back from the holidays. So,
put it on Saturday, please. Because I can't make Friday nights. I've been trying to. I can't.
Gooch is out of town this coming week, so it's kind of up to me, and I think I'm going to go back to just doing the 2-night thing.
Yeah.
Like maybe we'll get it started, get down at least a few bosses, so that we don't have to
Right.
worry about backtracking and starting too far away, or starting from scratch on Saturday.
Right. Right on. Right on. All right. So in game for me this week. So I finally got back on my regular schedule on Twitch. So I streamed Wednesday through Saturday, nonstop, and no, well, obviously stop at work, but I started the week with Rise of the Tomb Raider, and finished that game that day, and was
Congratulations!
thank you. I can spoiler. Well, I won't say the spoilers in case someone's playing it, but a certain Jesus character that we all saw was kind of confirmed and stuff. So also my favorite character in there didn't die, so I was happy. I was happy that he didn't die. And I want more Lara. I want more Lara. I want her to I want this next game. I know they've announced the third one. But I just don't know when they're actually going to start giving us previews. I want trailers. I want it now. I also started Assassin's Creed Black Flag, and that's a lot of freaking fun.
It did look like a lot of fun
I get
from
to
what the stream I was watching.
get to control a freaking pirate ship. Like, yes, I want to. Thank you. And then we did Overwatch Friday, and yesterday morning was World of Warcraft, where we did the LFR, and I found out the beauty that was Coven, which even on LFR, that is a challenging fight, I've heard, because we went in and I mean, some people say, "Oh no, it's easy, it's simple, it's cake." Well, when you first go in, you're like, "What the fuck is going on?" But we did all the wings and we got them over with. Then I finished my placements earlier today before I took a nap, and I ended up in silver at 1640. So
Congratulations!
I'm not a bronze scrub, no offense. But
Like I said, mine would have been better. I know it would have been better.
You're a Smurf silver, Smurf silver. All right, you're a little off color, but
I think so. I'll be able to get into silver, and I'll get it up shortly. I know that.
Yeah. And I'm playing, to answer your question, Robert, I'm playing Black Flag on PC because PC Master Race, bro. PC Master
I didn't
Race.
even realize that was on PC.
Oh yeah, the Assassin's Creed are on PC now. So,
sweet.
If they say on the games when they release them, it's like, oh, it's available on PC, get it on PC. All right, best way to go. Unless your PC is a potato. If your PC is a potato, rest in peace. All right. So since we were talking about Overwatch a little bit, why don't we start with some Overwatch talk, shall we?
Oh, no problem. I love Overwatch.
Oh, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it, B. All right, so Overwatch Competitive Season 8 is live now, which we were just talking about because we just did our placements and all that. So Season 8 in Overwatch, if you're good at it, if you think you're good, prove it again because you've had 7 other times to do it. This season, there's a little bit of changing in the skill rating system, starting with the fact that the difference in the highest and lowest skilled player on the same team is reduced to these ranges to 1,000 rating from Bronze to Diamond, and 500 rating in Master, and 250 in Grandmaster. Like I'll ever find that out. This change is being made to make it so that players at the high and low ends of the skill rating system find matches with other similarly skilled players, and this turn should lead to more satisfying games overall. Blizzard said in the blog post, more details available at their website. If you're new to competitive play, you should know that it is a mode where you can test your skills in a more intense format. First of all, you need to be at least level 25 to play, and once you're in, you must complete 10 placement matches. Once you have done all 10, based on your win-loss and your composition, you're ranked between 1 to 5,000. You're signed to tier through Bronze, Silver, Gold, Platinum, Diamond, Master, and Grandmaster, and you climb through the ranks all throughout the season. So I started up comp again back in season 7 and ended it at like, I want to say 1269 or something like that, but the highest I got was like 1300, I think. The highest I've ever been was 1900, and that was in season 2. That was a long time ago. But I don't see much like difference in like setup and everything with how they have their But as you're a fairly newer player right now. Like you just got the game like what in November or October?
Yeah, want to say it was like about mid-November.
Okay. So as a new player, finally like doing you were in season. Did you do season 7 placements at all?
I did not finish my season 7 placements. Like I said, I ended up going to Los Angeles right before it ended. I didn't quite get it done, but I did do a few matches just to try it out and see what I thought.
Mhm.
And I mean, I had fun with it.
Yeah.
I wish I had more time to do more, but I just didn't have the time.
Yeah, it's a very different kind of play style, and um, but then again, all you people in quick play that keep saying like, it's like you need to be good at this damn game, bro. It's quick play. Bite me. Shut your ass up. If you're in
True.
comp, then yeah, you can do it in comp. You can be like that dick, but don't do it in quick play. Um, Coming into like a seasonal gameplay, how do you like it as compared to quick play though?
I like it a lot better because I mean, one of the things I think really lacks with quick play is that you have the team voice chat, but nobody uses it.
Right.
Nobody coordinates their attacks or tries to like really get certain people on an objective to make sure you're getting things done. But you get into comp, that's the first thing everybody tells you to do.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys are in the right chat, everybody's coordinating. Doesn't matter if you know the people or not, but you're going to work as a team. So I like that aspect a heck of a lot better than quick play.
I usually don't like going into voice chats just because I'm like that's always there's always going to be some people in there just going to be like the dicks and the but
Oh
although
yeah, there's
I
always
found
a toxic
recently
person.
around recently there's a few guys I met in through voice chat that were pretty cool. There's this one guy I met like about a couple months ago when I was doing my I think it was placements or I was trying to up the rank. Um, every time he talks in like text, he has caps on because he says this by accident, but I feel like he just annoying at it. And then like every time I log into Overwatch or he logs in or he sees me on BNet, he goes season or comp. You want to do comp? Do you want to play comp, man? You want to comp? I'm like, dude, I got other stuff to do. All right, if I want to do comp, I'll let you know.
That's one of those things about Overwatch in general that I've found to be kind of slightly annoying is that you meet all these people, you get all these friends, and the first thing that happens the second you log on is you get like 8 group invites, and you're just like, okay, guys, I don't even know if I'm going to be playing right now or if I'm just checking loot boxes or
Yeah.
you know even if I've decided what I want to do that day yet. So,
Then again, though, it also it's in other games too. Like same way in LoL, same way in HOT, same way in like any type of game like arena style match stuff. So I mean, it's just it happens. You just deal with it if you don't want to, and if you don't really want to deal with them, hey, you can take them off your list. So
that's
it's
true.
simple as that. Now, speaking of Overwatch, um, poor freaking Mercy. She has kept getting nerfed and nerfed almost every PTR that's come out. Overwatch's Mercy has been the subject of many changes over the past few months, and now developer Blizzard is changing her yet again. In the latest public test realm update, the company has tweaked her ultimate Valkyrie, so it no longer makes her resurrect ability instant. So as it currently is now, there's a cast time for when you do base resurrect ability. It's a couple seconds before you can actually like resurrect. And then when she pops her Valkyrie, she can do 2 reses that are instant. So one right away, and then she can go find the other person and resurrect them. Now there's no longer an instant res. She has to even has to channel it while she's in Valkyrie. In addition to that, her Valkyrie has been reduced from 20 seconds to 15 seconds, and the speed boosts that the ult grants to the Guardian Angel has been cut in half. She's been the subject to a number of changes recently, but Blizzard thought the hero's Valkyrie and Resurrect combination was still too strong. Mercy's recent Resurrect changes have helped in allowing enemies to have more counterplay in dealing with her, but she was able to use Resurrect through Valkyrie enough to largely mitigate the impact of the previous changes, the company said in the forum post. Additionally, we're toning back the amount of mobility Valkyrie provides through Guardian Angel and reducing its duration to overall reduce the power of this ability. The developer concluded by saying it will likely be iterating on these changes in the coming weeks, which is going to have a very big impact on Overwatch League gameplay as well, which we'll talk about in just a second. I do know that your better half, D, is a Mercy, roughly like kind of. She does it most of the time, but
She
I
hates
think what
to admit it, but she's a Mercy main.
she's a Mercy
Yeah, she
main,
is.
yeah. So how does she feel about this?
Oh, she wants to cry,
I
and it
know.
makes me want to cry too. I'm really hoping that the pros are gonna put an end to this before it even happens, because I'm hoping that they're gonna cry and say, "Look, you're taking away our best healer, and you're making her worthless." Because this is gonna hurt her so badly, it's not even funny.
Like I understand trying to balance out your healers, but then again, like either buff your other healers, or I don't know. Cause see, I was fine with her current meta, like where it's I mean, I get now that I originally was against the casting time for res, but then when I saw it in play, I'm like, that actually is a good thing to do. Yeah, go ahead and do that because I don't mind it. So all her casting of resurrect, where there's like a 1 to 2 second cast time or however
Well,
it goes.
it's actually a 1.5 second cast time, and I mean,
Yeah,
when you really think about it, that's not really much.
it's not
So
no.
yeah, like you, I don't see a problem with the cast time resurrection, but I really think taking the instant res away from Valkyrie and then nerfing Valkyrie's speed, and that's just really gonna hurt her. It's I think will literally make her an unusable character in the professional level at this point,
I mean,
and
we'll see
I'd
how
hate to see that.
it goes, like in like play tests and all, and see how she runs. But I I think that she was fine the way she was. I don't like the way she was now. Like, yeah, she has, or like maybe we can just compromise this a little bit. Make one of her resurrects on Valkyrie instant, and then make the other one a cast one. I think that would actually make more sense, and rather than just eliminating it altogether.
Yeah, definitely.
That's my opinion on like what I think that would work. But um,
But
all
Mercy's not the only one getting nerfed.
no, she is
Don't
not.
forget that.
Junkrat is also getting a nerf coming too, which is painful to me. So how this I closed the article sadly, but I do know that his concussion mines are the primary part of the nerf that's coming. So
Yeah.
as y'all know, Junkrat throws mines. You can throw a mine out, and it's just a lot of fun to throw this mine and then hit somebody, and then they just like die. It's a lot of fun to do that. However, Blizz is trying to be a little more realistic. Let's put it in that sense, where they want it to be if you're further away from the mine's blast, you shouldn't get as much damage. So if it's like right on your head, yeah, you're probably gonna die because you got like all of the blast on your head. But if you're like a good for it's like in like certain like in I think it's Hots where I don't know who has the ability. I think it's probably Kel'Thuzad who he has his one of his ice abilities where if you're like in dead center you get frozen in place, but if you're on the outer rim you get a slow effect and stuff. Kind of like that. We're in like, but in regards to damage this time. So, um, I know there's a few people unhappy with it. Um, I want to see how it goes first and see if it actually is worth something to cry over. If it's not,
I
mm,
I honestly am not against this nerf at all. Like the Mercy one makes me want to cry, like I said.
yeah,
But Junkrat, I get this. They want to make Junkrat more of a skill character because right now anybody can go on Junkrat, get play of the game, and just wreck
mm-hmm,
like everything. Because you walk into a room full of the bad guys and you toss your mine and it'll kill all of them.
right.
This is going to center that, make that mine a little bit more aim focused, and like you said, it's going to kill the people that it's really close to. But that guy that's on the other side of the room, he might get hurt a little bit, but he'll walk away from
And
it.
you also have a second one too, and if you haven't already used it, so even if you don't get him the first time, just readjust, find out where he's at, and then just like throw it better.
Yeah. So
And
I think this is going to help Junkrat become a little bit more of a character that you got to have a little bit of skill to play. You've got to focus a little bit more on what you're going to do and how you're going to approach things. You can't just haphazardly run into stuff like you used to.
right.
And I think that's going to be a good fix for Junkrat. I'm actually kind of excited about this nerf. I want to see how this one plays out.
All right, we'll see what happens. And coming soon, still coming soon, is Blizzard World. I want it now. I want it now, and I want the skins.
There are rumors that that's happening Tuesday.
Rumors, we'll see. But
well, apparently there was a big patch that we all downloaded over this last week, and it's big thing is happening Tuesday or something with it, and supposedly it is Blizzard World is what we downloaded. Yeah. I don't know, but again, that's just a rumor. Don't quote me on it.
Of course, it could also be the Overwatch League skins.
That would be cool.
That would be very cool. As you all are well aware, Overwatch League is about to be in full swing. I mean, about to be. I mean, Wednesday is when this is going to be in full swing. So, the very first game is going to be January 10th of the Overwatch League, held in Los Angeles, California, at the Blizzard Arena. And preseason was last month, and I saw it, Riggs saw it, Gooch saw it, a whole bunch of us saw it. We all were cheering on. Both me and Riggs are on that Florida Mayhem hype.
Yep.
And Gooch, I'm kind of on the San Francisco shop hype just because of one player, but Gooch is all in on San Francisco. But this starts on Wednesday, and so the schedule, we're gonna. I'm not gonna talk about too much of the schedule because there's something. This is another reason why I have Riggs on, because there's another little tidbits that we're going to be doing starting at some point soon. Probably you'll probably notice it like either before or after this actual event happens, but we have a
well, with any luck we'll get one before Wednesday.
Right. We'll get one before Wednesday. So we have a podcast idea that we're going to be working out. As some of you know, if on this channel for Elite Immortal Gaming, I did release a Overwatch League recap video. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not continuing that video series because that is a lot of friggin' work to do to put that together. And also, there's actually a podcast called Overwatch League Recap. So,
we found out yesterday.
We found that out. So, that's not going to happen. What is going to happen is we are still going to do a podcast on Overwatch League. And what is it called, sir?
We have decided, well, you actually had the great idea. Actually, I think you should be the one introducing it. It was your idea. It was a great name.
Well, the podcast was your idea, but I would... All right, fine. I'll say the idea. All right, so we were trying to figure a punchline of what we should call the podcast. And so I was just looking through all the characters who had the best line that I think would relate to this. And Lucio came to mind. As y'all know, his ult, when he drops his ult, he goes, "Oh, let's break it down!" So... having that in mind, we switched O with Al, which is Overwatch League acronym, and we said Al, let's break it down. So that's going to be the name of the podcast, is Al, let's break it down, or just let's break it down. It's easier to say it like that. And it is going to be specifically on the Overwatch League. We're going to talk, and it's not going to be like a more of a Sports Center type deal. We're still going to go over the matches, but it's just us, excited about it, like talking about the plays that happened, any drama that comes out of it, because knowing the South Korean teams or the players, they're going to cause some, smack talk.
Well, with any sports, a certain amount of shit talking comes along with it, and that's always fun. I hate that the sports centers and all these things, when you're watching football and baseball, they overlook all that, and that's part of the fun. That's part of what makes it a competitive sport, is these guys' willingness to go out there and just want to destroy their opponents, I mean, verbally, mentally, physically, whatever the case might be. And I think that drama is going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, I can't wait for it all to come out. And so we'll be doing that coming soon. We'll try to do a episode 1, which is like previewing the first games coming out. But if we can't do that, we'll do it right after the first week's done. Remember, there's a 4-stage process for the Overwatch League. Each stage is 5 weeks in total, and then there's the playoffs and then the grand finals after that. And I know what some of you are saying, like, but Kavo, it's how the hell are we gonna watch it? It's like, I don't know where we're gonna go. Like, I'm not gonna do that whole ESPN2 thing that they did for Heroes of the Storm. I don't want to do that. Well, okay, you don't have to. All you do is go to overwatchleague.com and click watch. You get to see that they stream the video right from their site. And they also stream it from MLG.com, which is Major League Gaming. So you have options. And if you're also wanting to know how to Chromecast it to your TV, I found a way out, and I'll tell you how to do it if you need me to show you, because it's lit. So yeah, it's happening. January 10th, starting at 6 p.m. Central Time, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, excuse me. So,
Well, and like we said, if you can't watch it, you're busy, you miss it, you don't want to go back and watch those videos, you can always listen to the podcast and we'll fill you in
right there.
every week. So
Mhm.
you always be caught up to date with Let's Break It Down.
Yeah, we'll be caught up to date. All right. Now, let's switch from the PC to the console. All right, so real quick, I want to talk about Nintendo. You want to talk about Nintendo? Let's talk about Nintendo.
Let's talk about it.
All right. You want to know a fun fact?
Yes, I do.
Nintendo was actually founded in 1889.
For real?
Yeah, according to Crunchbase right here.
Wow, I don't feel so old anymore.
Yeah, right. I'm obviously they weren't making video games back in 1889, but they were making like little. I think they were making little like handheld stuff, knickknacks, and all that. Reason I'm bringing up Nintendo is according to TechCrunch, Nintendo Switch is the fastest selling video game console ever in the United States of America. Congratulations, Mr. Miyamoto and everyone at Nintendo. Congratulations. It managed to sell so many of its Nintendo Switch consoles that it's become not only the fastest selling console, but the fastest selling in the US ever, beating the record set by the Wii back during its launch. So they beat their own damn system.
Yeah, but in all due respect to that, I kind of think that it was the way they distributed the Switch over the way they distributed the Wii. Because I remember when the Wii came out, I searched for that thing for 3 months before I found one.
Yeah.
I walk into Walmart today and I can go pick up a Switch.
When it first was released, you couldn't. Like when they first came out, they were on back order. Like you had to like pre-order it in order to get the Wii or the Switches. So
I'm just saying they're doing a much better job this time around. I think they maybe learned from their mistakes with the Wii.
They've upped their production because they realized, oh, we really don't have enough. So they've upped it. They've upped the games coming out too for it as well, and they have the ports of the games coming out too. So the Switch has sold over 4.8 million units in its first 10 months of availability. We don't even have the year number yet, which beats out the Wii's 4 million sold during the same initial window. Success of the Switch probably isn't surprising because anyone who owns one, or those who have been following its rise, the console has a strong start thanks to the flagship title Legend of Zelda, which has been purchased by over 55% of Switch console owners. Nintendo revealed that Super Mario Odyssey is on over 55% of Switch consoles. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has an ownership rate of more than 50%. Clearly, marquee first-party software is doing a lot to drive this selling. Of course, there's also ports. Then again, most people who are getting a Switch are not getting a Switch to play Skyrim on the Switch. They're getting it to play Legend of Zelda on the Switch. So, I still don't have a Switch. I want a Switch. I need a Switch. And I don't care what Terrell says when he says, oh, that Switch is the bag of garbage. You don't want that stuff at all. That Switch isn't worth anything. F you. I want a Switch anyways. All right? Because let's say I can't play the Switch downstairs on the TV because someone's asleep and I don't want to wake them up. I can just bring them here at the PC or even in my bed and just play it in bed. All right, it's easy. It's not like it's a lot more compact and a lot more easier to carry around, unlike the Wii U was. Because I have a Wii U also.
Well, here was my big problem with the Wii U. Like, I have 2 kids, and we got them the Wii U when the Wii came out, or the Wii U came out, because they loved their Wii. They had a lot of games on it, and those games were transferring over. So we got them but it only has that one controller, and literally the only way to get a second one is to buy a second Wii U, and that's just ridiculous. So that was always my big hang up with the Wii U, is that they really couldn't play together. I mean, even if one took the old nunchucks from the Wii and tried to join in with that, it wasn't the same kind of fun.
Yeah, and thankfully with the Switch you have 2 controllers in one. So that controller can be used as a just one person controller, or you can just take the Joy-Cons and make them 2 different ones. Granted, they're small. They're really small, and like if you have big hands and fingers, you're not going to play well with this game. But then there's also the actual controllers you can get too if you want. I still want this. I still want to play this Zelda game because it looks beautiful. It was Game of the Year at the Gaming Awards, and I just, we're on the topic of Zelda, so why don't we just talk more about Zelda? I think that's a good idea. All right, so future Zelda games, according to Nintendo, according to them, will also offer freedom like the Breath of the Wild. That level of freedom is something that needs to be maintained in Zelda games going forward. From a GameSpot article, part of what makes this game so great is how open-ended and non-linear it is. If you enjoy this, you may be happy to learn that the series producer Eiji Aonuma, I guess that's his name. Love Japanese names. You guys are awesome. Has come forward to say Nintendo is committed to the strategy, suggesting the next entry in the series will follow a similar format. He told IGN that the reaction to Breath of the Wild's non-linear nature has been eye-opening. I can't speak to what other companies will do in their own games, but I think for me, especially just in terms of the Zelda series, the incredible freedom that the game offers you and how well that's been received, to me, it means that freedom, that level of freedom, is something that needs to be maintained in Zelda games going forward, the producer said. My eyes have been open to how important that is. It's the way games are going now. Like, Grand Theft Auto did this with their games and making them open world. Skyrim is a open universe, if you think about it. And a lot of games are doing this. And I think I'm glad to see that Nintendo is catching up with this phenomenon.
Well, I definitely agree. I mean, to me, I haven't played this game personally, so I don't know for sure, but it kind of sounds like a Minecraft setup or a World of Warcraft type thing where it's just, yeah, like you said, open world, go out, check it out, explore it, have fun. It's endless, and in a lot of ways, that's kind of how Zelda started out on the old original Nintendo. I mean, it was just an endless thing that you could kind of explore, and you would get lost half the time. Mm-hmm. You'd have to start drawing maps and stuff to find your way back. But
back throughout the entire thing, it's like you're trying to track down the Lucid Nightmare, and wow.
Yeah, but I mean, if that's the way the game is going back to, then all power to it. I mean, it seems like it's going to be a fun setup.
Yeah, my favorite game, like, I'm gonna get a little hate from some people by saying my favorite Zelda game was actually Twilight Princess. Ocarina of Time was fun. I loved it. It was great. But there's just something about the art style from Twilight Princess that just made me go, wow, this is beautiful. Like when you're as Link in a wolf form, and just the art style of the shadows and all that is just great. Even on the Wii, it was beautifully done.
See, I have to go old school and go back to that, original Legend of Zelda, because that occupied so much of my childhood.
Right. There's another good thing why when my friend moves in here, she has a Switch.
So that's why you let her move in now.
That's the entire reason I let her move in, was she has a Switch. Guess who's gonna be playing it when she's here? Me. And she better have. If she doesn't have Legend of Zelda, I will buy it for her because I want to play it. It's like,
sounds like
I got it for you, but I'm playing it first. Here we go.
But see, here's how you do that. You also make sure that you buy her Mario Kart with it, so that it's like, oh, but I thought we could play these together. See?
Well, she already has Mario Kart, so she brought it to BlizzCon. We played at BlizzCon, so it was. Are
they coming out with a Mario Party?
Also, Dragon. That's not AJ. That's Riggs. They probably will do a Mario Party. Actually, I think they already did. I think they may have come out with one. It was like a compilation one where it was.
I loved Mario parties. Those were so fun. Those got violent with my friends though.
Oh my god, yeah. Can you imagine right nowadays? They need to make a Mario, like, I'm sure they have the what is it? I'm trying to remember what it is. Dragon's distracting me in the chat. I'm trying to talk. But I think like they have the capabilities now to do everything online. So, I mean, yeah, we'll go with that. So, anyways, so yeah, future Zelda games, they're going to be open world. Be ready for it, people. It's going to be happening. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah. Let's see here. Moving on to our, well, I guess we do have a topic this week, but it's still a news topic. It's still news. All right. So, anyways, um, have you played Monster Hunter before?
No, I haven't.
Me
But
neither.
when I checked it out, based on what you sent me, it looked like a lot of fun.
It is basically Dragon Souls, but with like it's monsters you're hunting and stuff. So I do know one particular friend of mine who is very excited for this game to come out, and his name is Orgoth. Um, and unfortunately, people will not be on PC will not be able to play it until the fall because the PS4 version is coming out later this month, and the beta, the final beta that was announced for it, is coming out on at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern on January 18th. However, it is only on PS4. Yeah. So if you wanted to get into the beta for this, sorry, you're gonna have to get a PS4 first. But those eager to get their hands on it will be able to sample it once again as part of a final beta test for the upcoming game. Unlike the second beta that ran in December, this one will introduce new content, but like I said before, is unfortunately only limited to the PS4. First beta was conducted in early December, exclusively for PlayStation Plus subscribers. A second beta followed later that month for all PS4 owners of the same two areas with the three monsters to hunt, the Great Jagras, Ajanath, and Barath. All of that will be present in this final beta, but you also get to square off against the world's flagship monster, the Nergigante. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, and if you're going to troll me for it, shut up. Alright. The game launches on PS4 and Xbox One on January 26th. It's also headed to the PC, with Capcom recently saying version will arrive in the fall. So, anyways, welcome to Patch Day, where we occasionally talk about video games when Kavo is not distracted. Occasionally, we always talk about video games. Where have you been listening to, Dragon? I mean, we did talk about Star Wars last week. I can't say much. But, anyways, so here's a big issue I have. And I'm going to be AJ for a second. If AJ was here, I know that he would say, why are they not putting these releases out at the same time? Why is it coming on PS4 and Xbox in January and the PC is not until the fall? And I know the reasoning behind that is like, well, you got to make a port for it. And I'm like, well, why don't they just make the ports at the same time? Like, they make the PS4 and the Xbox One at the same time. They should be able to, like, get two different teams. Make a console team and a PC team. Make sure they work on it at the similar time, and make sure they get it out at the same time. And even with Destiny, I'm sorry, I'll let you know when I'm done. Even with Destiny, there was a delay. It was as much as a delay because it was like a month difference. But this is a whole season difference. So now you can talk. Sorry.
No, I actually considered the same question when I was reading the article myself, as to going, okay, well, it's coming out on these two consoles in January, but now they're talking about the fall for the rest of us? Like, what the hell? The only thing I could come up with in my head was that I'm just really hoping that the game is going to be that much better, giving, 8 to 9 months of extra work on it. I don't know about you, but I like console games, but I think the graphics are always a lot better on a PC. So I'm hoping maybe that's where things are going to start to play in a little bit. Maybe it'll be even clearer. Maybe it'll look even a little better.
Yeah.
It's possible. I don't know. It looked pretty good when I was checking it out.
We will see. I looked at it. It looks exciting, and it's actually a departure from Nintendo, because it used to be more of like a Nintendo only type release, but now that they're departing from them, they're more it looks sick, and I can't wait. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna play it at some point, because I know Warcraft will probably annoy me to play it, so I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it so we can just talk about it. All right, now before we get to the probably the bulk of the rest of the conversation today, you're a goblin. I'm a goblin. Some of you, and I don't know. Let's see. Is there anyone in chat that I know are goblins? Let's see. Not that I know of, unless Dragon changed his troll into a goblin, which if he did, Lord help us. So you're in a guild, with goblins. Can you talk about that guild with said goblins?
It's called the 1%. We are an all goblin guild, the only one on the server.
Yeah.
Most other guilds might be what they call goblin centric, but we literally have just one rule, and that is that you have to be a goblin. If we find out you're otherwise, and we will do a check beforehand, uh, you'll be removed quickly if
It's not
somebody
going to be a
adds you
hard
by
check.
mistake. Um, but we're cool about it. We do have a non-goblin alt guild for those people who do have other characters. Um, and we'll gladly add that tune that's not a goblin to that guild without any problem. But yeah, we're an all goblin guild, and we just love everything goblin. We've got a role playing story that's starting to develop. It's I want to say the second part of it is starting the 19th, if I'm right. Um, it's a really cool little story about the guild headquarters, and so far there has been this elf coming in that brought in another little goblin. We're trying to figure out what's going on with this goblin. We're taking her to Gallywix to see what he might know about her and where she might be from. So we've been having some good times with that. Yeah, there you go. You posted the website there.
I was trying to remember what it was.
We also are a goblin only raid team. We occasionally do bring a friend along that might not be a goblin, but for the most part, you get into our raid, you're going to see 15 goblins, and maybe
you're not going to see us right away. You got to look down. So,
yeah, and maybe the cow standing next to us. But we pride ourselves in having the only all goblin kill Jaden kill.
I still need to. Did we actually fact check that?
No, I was there. We didn't even have any other people. It was literally all guildies. Everybody was on a goblin. It was amazing. I was there. I tanked that night, so I can vouch for it. I saw it with my own eyes. Mm-hmm. We're pretty sure that's a world and first and only, because no one else is stupid or crazy enough to try to take on these things by themselves with just goblins. So, yeah. But it's a lot of fun. Anybody who has a goblin on Wormrest Accord or may want to move to Wormrest Accord is more than welcome to join. We'd love to have you. Yeah, we're pretty casual. We won't harp on your item level or anything like that. We'll gladly help you out, right? Whatever you need. Make sure that you're ready and having the kind of fun that you want to have. That's what our guild is really all about.
Yeah, and for those wondering, the website you go to is the1%.shivter.com, and Shivter spelled SHIVTR. So check it out. I'm part of the guild, so there's one selling point. I'm kidding.
Yeah, we got the most famous goblin of them all.
Gallywix? No.
Cavo.
No, I'm not the most famous. Believe me, I'm not. All right, and I don't pride myself on being one. But anyways, so yeah, checking us out over there. I know probably next week our raid will probably be Friday and Saturday too. So we'll see, folks. Now, 2017's gone. We did a report last week on like the games that came out in 2017 that were really good, like the games, the controversies, and all that. The stuff came out. So now that is past, we're gonna take a look at some of the games that are coming out in 2018, the most or anticipated to come out in 2018. And of all the places, all the articles we're gonna look through the article that is very well dedicated to video games, and that is Maxim. Totally. I think Maxim's like, what? Isn't it like a I guess it's, I don't know. Guess, we'll see. Anyway, so Maxim came out with an article saying the top 13 or the 13 most anticipated games of 2018 for your Xbox, PS4, Switch, or PC. So I will say this right now. There is a photo here of Samus that I just like. And I really, really, really wouldn't mind seeing more of this kind of photo here. Like, just, it's awesome. I love Samus. I love Metroid. Metroid's my jam. All right, so we're going to start with number 1. Red Dead Redemption 2. It's been a while since we've seen a new game from the maniacs over at Rockstar, and we can't wait to see them drop their latest gunslinging blockbuster on us. Can't be sure where Red Dead Redemption 2 will take us, but we're expecting a captivating story that takes us on a huge adventure through a massive world, and we doubt we'll be disappointed. That is expected to come out in 2018. The first game was colossal, and it was just it was a masterpiece.
That's putting it politely.
Politely. What do you mean? What were you
game.
saying? Oh, you love that game?
Oh yeah, that game was awesome. I'm really looking forward to number 2 here.
Yeah. Now it's gonna be a different story because spoiler alert, something happens at the end. I guess we can spoil. It's been years since the game's been played. I think we're safe now, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Main character dies. All right. He gets killed in a hail of bullets. So, yeah. There's that. But it's gonna be a different story this time around, and but you're gonna be riding horses, you're gonna be a cowboy, you're gonna be an outlaw, you're gonna be in the Wild West. So and I know a lot of people compare it like it's the Grand Theft Auto of the Wild West. I wouldn't say that. It's its own beauty. But yeah, so it's coming out 2018. When is that? I know they set a release date on it, I believe. Red Dead Redemption 2 release date. Like, what was your favorite part of the first game?
Honestly, it was just really exploring. Like when I started playing it, I was playing on my buddy's game, so he kind of had done a lot of the story already. I didn't play through the full story myself, but I just love like they said, just this colossal world, just open. You could pretty much go anywhere you wanted. I mean, it was really cool. So I mean, I really had a lot of fun with that. The few bits of story I got to do, because really didn't want to just wreck the game for my friend. I mean, it was his game, so
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun with them. And like I said, I would love to play part 2 on my own. And not have to just sit there and watch my buddy do it, you know.
Right.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. We'll see how it goes, though. I don't know. Did they say even if it was coming out on? Yeah, there's gonna be a PC.
There's a PC. There has to be, because if Grand Theft, I mean, it's Rockstar, they'd have to do it on all.
Yeah.
Of them.
Yeah.
This one coming out though is only for console specific. Specifically, it's actually for PSVR. Blood and Truth, that was announced in 2017, blew us away, according to Maxim, when they played an early demo, nailing the Snatch-esque atmosphere and packing tons of wild gameplay. The VR landscape needs more heists and crime. Sorry, I'm having some problems with my contacts. And Blood and Truth is delivering it in 2018. All we know is it's in 2018 here. I don't really have much to say about it except VR. There's only like 2 types of games I noticed from VR, that I see, and it's either visually stunning video games or jump scare video games. That's the only 2 I see.
Pretty much.
So I don't want to see any more. I mean, obviously they're going to be that, but a first-person shooter in VR would be kind of awesome.
I'm wondering if this is going to be a first-person shooter or more of just kind of a mystery game. It looked like it could go either way.
Yeah, I can't wait. But there's one I can't wait for, and if I'm going to get a Switch, I'm definitely going to need to get it before this is released. Metroid Prime 4. This was announced at E3 2017 during the live stream event that Nintendo threw. Now, there's not been a confirmed release date for actual 2018, but it has been a long hiatus since Samus has been on the screen. The last Samus game we had when Metroid was Metroid Other M, and that was horrible. Let's just be honest, okay? Having a new Metroid game for the Switch would continue Nintendo's streak of outstanding first-party titles on their shiny new console. So I can't wait. My favorite of the Metroid games is by far Metroid Prime 3. And just I still love the role of having a silent protagonist, which is evident for pretty much almost all the first party games that Blizzard puts out, or not Blizzard, Nintendo puts out. Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, our characters in WoW, like, it's kind of like they don't really talk per se. You could be a silent protagonist if you wanted to. But I mean, Mario doesn't talk, Link doesn't talk, Samus doesn't talk until Other M, and then she started talking. People are like, no, 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 don't do that to her. I can't wait. I can't wait for it to come out. So, have you played Prime at all?
I haven't played the Prime series, but I did play a lot of the Metroids growing up on Super Nintendos and old consoles like that. So I mean, I don't have a Switch. I don't see myself getting one. We literally just bought the kids for Christmas a PS4, so I think we kind of are transitioning them away from Nintendo at this point. But um, I don't know. I mean, if I do end up getting my kids a Switch, it'll definitely probably be a game I get them.
Yeah.
I'd love to play it, when I'm out there visiting.
Right. Absolutely. Now let's go on to this next series. This one's coming from BioWare, which is Anthem. So this is an entirely new IP from BioWare. And seeing as their last entry of Mass Effect that just came out, like Andromeda, was not that good. Because I'm hoping that they recatch their lightning with this game. It looks outstanding according to Maxim with teaming and innovation for fear. Now, of course, EA is part of it, so let's hope they don't mess it up anyway, like they did Star Wars Battlefront 2. Don't put loot boxes in, please, and don't do it like the way you did it. All right.
Yeah, that's what really worried me when I saw this one.
Yeah. It looks like it has a similar esque type feel of the Mass Effect, but the Mass Effect, like it's a disease. I've only played Mass Effect 2. I haven't played all of the series, but I mean, I enjoyed it. The story's engaging, and like you get to do like all these types of options with your other characters and your followers. So, I mean,
See, and that's kind of where I only played Mass Effect 1, and one of the things I really liked about BioWare when I played Mass Effect 1, and it ultimately led to me playing the Old Republic, was I like the way BioWare tells stories.
yes,
Like, they really do make you a part of it, it feels like. And it becomes more of a choose your own adventure style game than it does like World of Warcraft or something where this is the quest line, this is what you're forced to do.
yeah,
And I like that, and the story literally changes depending on the answers and the choices that you pick. And I love that about BioWare. I'm just really hoping, like I said, that EA doesn't screw this up with loot boxes.
all right.
I kind of have a feeling they will.
According to Terrell in the chat, I guess I said Terrell earlier and it summoned him. He says that they have confirmed there would be loot boxes. However, it's saying cosmetic over the gameplay aspect. So I'm fine with cosmetic loot boxes. I'm fine with that, especially if you have a way of getting them in game, like you do in Overwatch. Like if you level up, you get a loot box. So if you beat the first like Uprising event in Overwatch, you get a loot box. So like that I'm fine with. But I also think that that shouldn't be the only way you get the gear. You should ultimately get all that stuff. Well, not the gear, excuse me. Even the cosmetics, like I think you should still be able to get the cosmetics throughout gameplay, not just through loot boxes, because that's kind of dumb.
I do wish that you could get more Overwatch cosmetics or gameplay.
Yeah.
But I'm on board with you. I'm cool with cosmetic loot boxes. I'm not cool with pay to play, and that's where my concern is because EA is obsessed with pay to win.
Yeah,
and
it is stupid.
I hate that.
All right, potential game of the year right here. Far Cry 5 coming out. You can always count on the Far Cry series to serve up some over the top story with plenty of gunplay and memorable characters. Far Cry 5 looks to continue this. It's set to be one of the first really big games of 2018, and it is coming out March 27th, 2018. So this first game on this list actually has a set date down here, and it's like we said before on many of our episodes. This game is a breakaway from the exotic island type scene. It is now in the United States in a cult-like environment. So I kind of want to play it just to make some people mad. So I don't mind doing it. Oh, I thought you had something. Sorry, my bad.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I haven't played Far Cry, but I mean, honestly, just based on what you said, that sounds like a lot of fun. Yeah. I could see myself getting into it just for that.
It'll be great. It'll be great. All right. Now there's another game coming out at number 6 on this list. It is God of War, but it's not the God of War we know. Like it's a different. It's kind of like I want to. It seems like it's like a reboot in a way, but it's not a reboot. It's like you. It's further down the story. Not just Kratos making a comeback. It's that he's moving the entire framework of the series into a new era and mythology. As much as we're looking forward to playing the overhauled combat system, eager to find out how Kratos made the jump into Norse mythology and who his son will turn out to be. So they're adding RPG elements into this game here. So it's interesting, but it's gonna. I mean, I think they're still gonna have some hack and slash play into it, but I'm a little skeptical. And also, it's only on PS4, so I won't be able to get it right away. But have you played God of War before?
No, I haven't.
Oh my god, it's great.
I haven't been on PlayStations in a while.
Great, man.
Not since 2.
How about this? That's released in 2018. No date. I think it's late 2018. You like pirates, right?
Oh, but yes, this next game. Oh, I'm really looking forward to this one.
Yep, we're pretty guaranteed that a lot of us are going to play this. Sea of Thieves is coming out March 20th in 2 months, 2018. The co-op pirate simulator, it's co-op, yes, being developed by Rare, is going to be an early obsession as players have eagerly await becoming pirate kings, building up a crew, taking to the seas for some treasure hunting, looting, pillaging. They played it in 2016, and they're floored by the scope of how it was. It's going to be, like I said, March 20th, 2018. I've already had the excitement of it, like a little bit of a pirate itch just by playing Black Flag, but this is on an entirely different level.
Well, this actually kind of took me back to Sid Meier's Pirates and just, oh my God, this is what it should have been and never was, and I can't wait to play this game.
Yes, I just want to just go on a ship, raid another ship and take it over and name my own ship. That'd be great.
Yes, exactly.
Just to be. Now, I haven't fully looked into all of it. Is it just on Xbox or is it on PC?
See, that's my question too. I mean, you see the Xbox symbol there; they've got it all over the place. But it really did kind of sound like this is not going to be an Xbox only game through the trailer that they have here.
I'm trying to search it on Steam or somewhere.
I'm really hoping it's going to be a PC game as well. But if it's not, I will literally buy an Xbox just to play this game.
All right, well, it's definitely not on the Steam store, so found that out really quickly. But I'll have to look more into it, but I hope it's not it's console specific. If it is, well, shit. I don't know if this is on. For some reason, they didn't put Darksiders 3 on the list, so Darksiders 3 is also coming out this year. And that is Fury is a hero this year, and it's the first female hero in the series, and it's going to be kick-ass. It's going to be great. It's going to be fun, so beware for that, guys. Now, next game on this list is No More Heroes. Travis Strikes Again on the Nintendo Switch. If you're familiar with Suda51, you know that he brings an irreverence to stylized violence to the video game industry that's not unsimilar to what Tarantino brings to Hollywood. If you're not familiar, go deck up a Wii and play through No More Heroes quest to become the world's ultimate assassin, and then tell us you're not effing stoked for a sequel that's coming on the Switch. So, I've not played either, so I don't know, but I mean, I appreciate a good Tarantino flick. So,
yeah, I'm there with you on that one.
If this is inspired by Tarantino, I'm all for it. Now, this game, a lot of people have been waiting for, The Last of Us Part 2. Yes, it is console specific. As we know here, we don't like those, but still, I mean, PlayStation has their first party as well. They earned itself a blockbuster back in 2000, I don't remember when it was released, but with The Last of Us, and the sequel is taking a cavalier approach to the beloved characters, with producers claiming that this time no one is safe. Looking forward to a bleak story continuing later this year. And you know what I've realized? I didn't realize this until I was watching a Watch Mojo video, and the let's see, the actress who plays forget what's her name. It's the little girl it's the girl with the brown, Ellie or something like that, I think is her name. But she plays the younger girl And I didn't realize that was Ashley Johnson, who is on Critical Role. Did not know that. Oh, Troy Breaker is the person who does the other voice. But I was like, oh, I know that person. I've seen her on Critical Role. That's great. Now, we all like Terry Crews, right? I mean, I like Terry Crews. I don't know about you.
Sure.
All right. He's coming in a video game. It's not Overwatch, though. At least we don't know. He may surprise us, although I'm not holding out hope for that anymore. Crackdown 3 is coming out in 2018. The open world Super Cop game is set to return after being delayed out of the 2017 season. There was a highly polished version of it played at E3 a few months ago, and they were impressed by the scope and the freedom of the world. We're hoping that the team behind it is using extra time to polish the online co-op mode. So if you want to play as Terry Crews in a video game, this is the game to get right there. I wonder if it'll allow you to have his pecs start flexing and just have little dance modes going off on that. I don't know. That's funny. All right. Oh, yeah, this is the big one. Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah.
So we talk about a game that'll make you buy a system. This is the game. This is a series that'll make me buy a system. All right. Whenever Kingdom Hearts 3 actually comes out, that's when I'll get a PS4. That's when I'll get all of that. You won't find a more anticipated game on this list. We've been waiting over a decade for another entry into the series. It's loaded with more characters. Freaking Woody from Toy Story is in it. There's going to be Darth Vader is going to be in it at some point, like in the series or in this gameplay game. Hey, I'm tired. But there's no release date yet. The combat system looks amazing. Hearing Woody and Buzz speak in Japanese is kind of odd and off-putting, but it's interesting, and I'm excited to see what they do with this. It's gonna be amazing. Did you ever play the first or second Kingdom Hearts games at all?
Oh, I did, yes.
My God.
And I love these games. When I saw this one on this list, this and what is it, Sea of Thieves, probably the two. Like you said, I would buy a console for this without even thinking about it.
I mean, Dragon, I say he's in it because, I mean, Disney owns Star Wars now, so they can put it in there. It counts now. But I think AJ said it before, and I don't remember if it was him or someone else that said it. Don't put Marvel characters in this game. All right,
Yeah.
do not put Marvel in with Kingdom Hearts. That is not what they are in their own universe. Even though Darth Vader, yeah, he might be in this one. I don't care. Do not put Marvel characters in it.
Don't be surprised if you see a Disney Infinity version of like Captain America in this thing.
I don't want to see one.
I wouldn't either, but I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised.
But number 12 on this list. So most movie games that come out are not always good. However, a lot of people are saying that this Spider-Man game is going to be legit. So it's been a long time since Spidey's gotten a video game that has us excited, but the folks at Insomniac seem to be on point with what they've shown so far. We've never minded Spider-Man games that run in conjunction with Sony's films. The fact that this one will be telling its own story independent from the upcoming Tom Holland movies is good news. So they've had like most movies, like I said, that are video game that are or comics too that are stemmed from video games. Like, you know, most of them, or they used to be, were not as good until, like, you know, the Arkham series now that comes out with Batman. Those are insane. Those are amazing. So hearing that Insomniac is making this game for Spider-Man is pretty exciting, in my opinion. Like, I missed web slinging. I remember there was a game that my cousins had that I played all the time, and I got to web sling as Spider-Man Peter Parker. It's a lot of fun. So
yeah, I'm definitely hoping that this game lives up to the hype that they're giving it. Because I haven't really played a Spider-Man game that I liked since the Amazing Spider-Man game that it came out for the movie. But what I liked about that particular game was that it took place kind of where the movie ended, and you kind of took on a whole nother story with Lizard, and it projected you into what was going to be the part 2 of the movie. And the web slinging in that game was a lot of fun. I think it could have been refined, and it was a little glitchy here and there. I mean, hopefully this game will work out these bugs, but it would be really cool to have a decent Spider-Man game on the list again. I mean,
Yeah.
it's been a really long time since I've had some fun with Spidey.
Right on, right on. Now the last one on this list is another PS4 exclusive. This is Detroit Become Human. So this looks to borrow a bit from the sci-fi history, invoking elements of Blade Runner as much as it sets out to tell an entirely new story in an entirely new universe. David Cage's Quantic Dream Studio is known for making games that tell sweeping narratives and play out largely as choose your own adventures, while animated those adventures with groundbreaking graphics. Detroit Become Human certainly become a new high watermark in video game storytelling. And that are the 13 games. That's it. We got it. We nailed it. We through it very quickly. So, I was asked for you though. Like, obviously, I think I know what your answer is for this one. What game are you looking for the most in 2018?
Probably that Sea of Thieves. I mean, Kingdom Hearts. I'll play it with my kids. Like I said, on their PlayStation 4, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I would literally buy a new console just to play Sea of Thieves. That
Right.
looks like so much fun. If you guys haven't checked out the trailer for it yet, please do. It looks great.
From the list, I would say if it comes out in 2018, which it might not, but Metroid Prime Form, like that is my game. That is the one I won't be able to stream it because Nintendo and their streaming things, but or I guess it's YouTube that's more on it. But I don't want to deal with it. I just want to see more Samus. I want them to go back to her not speaking. That's no offense to the voice actress who did her, but I want her to be the strong type. I don't want her to have like make excuses and everything. Also, I saw this thing where they were trying to say like they were trying to get Gwendolyn Christie, who does Brienne of Tarth in Game of Thrones, and she's also I forgot the name of the person she plays in Star Wars, but she plays like the big chrome looking stormtrooper in Star Wars in the latest versions. They're saying she needs to play Samus. Like, I don't know. I think it'd be kind of cool. Phasma, thank you. It'd kind of be cool, but I don't know. It's really hard to like I'm past the mindset don't make too many video games into movies. Although I'm not past the mindset of making video games into TV shows, because Overwatch would fit that beautifully. So make it happen, Blizzard. Make it happen. However, a game or expansion that was not on this list, I think if it comes out in 2018, obviously I'm going to be excited for Battle for Azeroth. Like, I know you'll be excited for it because it's a new expansion.
Oh, definitely.
So, yeah.
I can't wait for Battle of Azeroth.
But
I mean, sadly, that's kind of where I am with World of Warcraft at the moment. Is I'm just so looking forward to the new expansion. They shouldn't have announced it at BlizzCon because now it kind of burst my bubble.
Yeah. All right. So that, my friends, I believe is a show. That's a show. But yeah, so Griggs, thank you so much for coming on and filling in for the missing AJ. And again, AJ, you're in our thoughts, your family's in our thoughts. So hope all is well. And
so, like I said, you're welcome, man, and condolences, AJ. I hope everything gets better.
Yes, I hope they do too. All right. So again, we talked about the 1% Guild. But tell us again where people can find you specifically.
You can find me on Twitter at One-Eyed Willy 82, and you can also find me on Twitch TV / Harlow Rigsby, just like it's spelled here on the Twitch chat.
Oh jeez. Okay, and you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all those places at Cavo350. You can also find us in WoW on our Goblins. So we're in there.
Yeah. Look up Rigsby on Wormrest Accord.
That was funny. One-Eyed Willy.
Yes, One-Eyed Willy 82.
Well, we found our show title. So if you like what you're listening to and you want to if you want to interact with us on what you thought of news articles, or want to like comment on what you saw, then leave a comment in the video feed or send us an email. You can send us an email at patchdaypodcast@gmail.com, or you can even visit our website at patchday.podomatic.com. You can also subscribe to us on iTunes. It's free, no cost, and you can download it from there. And you can also comment on our video feed over at the Elite Immortal Gaming channel. So we upload all of our videos, our episodes now, to that network. Every Mondays at around 9 a.m. Central Time or Eastern Time is when they go live on that channel. So check us out there. And what else? Is there anything else going on? I don't know. We'll be back next week. AJ should be back as well. We may have a special guest at some point. I don't know when. I just need to wait till they respond. But and also be on the lookout for Let's Break It Down, the Overwatch League podcast that me and Riggs will be doing in the very near future. So stay tuned for that. Riggs, thank you again for coming on.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Chat room, thank you for being here early, because we did this early today. Until then, guys, thank y'all for watching. For myself, for Riggs, for AJ who's not here, and for all you lovely people, we will see you next time. Logging off. Bye-bye, lovelies.